Hello, beautiful. So welcome back. It is so lovely to be seen by your light today. Hello. Thank you for being here with me. I honor and love, and I'm so grateful for you. So today I am finally filming this video about connecting with your spirit guides and just how light language kind of gets mingled into that as well, and channeling overall. So this was a requested video from a little while back, so I apologize for the delay in creating this video, but honestly, everything is always coming in divine timing, and yeah, I just feel so much more grounded within this subject, I feel now, as opposed to when it was requested. So I just want to thank you guys so much for requesting videos. It's really so much fun for me to just hear your feedback and to also receive anything that you may be curious about or you want to know my thoughts about. I love it, and yeah, I just love having conversations with you guys as well. So the comment section is like so much fun. So please do, if you have any insights, or you resonate with anything, or you want to send love to anyone here in the community, please do so in the comments down below. So with that being said, if you have any requests for any videos, you can comment on any one of my videos or go to my community tab, and every once in a while I'll put out a poll or I'll put out a question for what kind of videos you guys kind of want to see moving forward. And yeah, it really assists me. So yeah, just thank you guys so much. So how do we really connect with our spirit guides, with ascended masters, angels, ancestors, all of the above, right? All of these more ethereal, more spiritual beings that we can't necessarily see within this 3D reality, right? How do we begin connecting with them and channeling them through and just allowing ourselves to receive the messages that they are sending all the time, right? How do we allow ourselves to really be open to that? And this one idea that really assisted me in seeing this as less of a separation between me and my guides and more as a union is really just seeing that my guides really are just like different versions of myself, that they really are connected to me on such a deep level to where like, hey, this is me, this is my guidance, this is me coming through for me at this time. And it makes it so much easier, it made it so much easier for me to really connect with my guides in that way, to see that, oh, this isn't something where I have to like be speaking to a guide that I don't really even know. Like, how do I even know who they are, what they look like, and all this kind of stuff? And just realizing that it's familiar, even if it doesn't, it hasn't been a practice for me for very long, it's still familiar. These energies are still familiar. These beings are still familiar to me because they are me, So this is just that idea that I am, like, we are all truly connected here within this realm, and those that are assisting us, our ancestors, we hold all of this within us. Like, we are a part of the same story, right? We are a part of the same path. We have been on this path, and we are meant to be within this being here and now for a reason to really just begin healing and breaking chains and really just creating ripples, for the future. So with all of that being said, it just shows how easy it is for us to just really tune into our own inner guidance and our own guides, because they really are us. So I really like to see it as easy as just listening to your own inner voice, your intuition. And if this is something that's kind of new to you, or you're still kind of working on it, which, it's a continuous practice to really listen to yourself, your intuition, and your inner voice. And something that my dear friend really shared with me is that she actually loves to just sit still and just really call upon her inner voice by saying inner voice, and she'll ask questions in that way. And I feel as though I have been doing that as well with my guides. I'll say, spirit guides, angels, ancestors, please come through, and I'll bring forth like my questions and what it is that I'm curious about, what it is that I'm working through, where I need support or assistance, and allowing myself to be open to that. So when you're connecting with your guides, it's important to be open and not to be super attached to how they're going to show up for you, So So in the beginning for me, they were really showing up in the way of light language, all right, in energy. So I'd be like feeling the energies and just sitting there and receiving. And a lot of the time I'd be hearing in my head the light language. And I'm like, how am I supposed to interpret this? Like, what the heck, guys? Like, why can't it just be easy? But honestly, this is how my soul really loves to receive information, through energy and through light language in this way. So it's really this acceptance of your process and how you connect with your intuition, your inner voice, your soul, your guides, your ancestors. What is your relationship and your honorable love to them, and to yourself? So it took me a little bit of time to really just accept that, okay, this is how it goes. Like, accept that this is what's coming through. Whatever needs to be shared, it's so much easier for it to go straight to the subconscious and not necessarily within the conscious. Because in the beginning, I was a very more analytical person, just so much of an overthinker and such a big daydreamer as well. So I was very heady. I was very much in my mental state, and I really just pushed a lot of emotions down. So it was really healing for me to actually begin working with them on a more energetic level, because if I were to be given messages or whatever it may be, just some words, I would really just overanalyze it and just be so confused at the time. And now, this is a process, this is a journey. So it's grown, this connection with my guides has grown from, strictly that energy, that feeling that I receive, the numbers that I see, which, we still see, and just moving into that light language. And then now moving into really just dropping into me and my intuition, and just those messages are just so clear. It's so clear, so much clearer, because it's that acceptance and that willingness to be open to your divinely unique way of connecting with you, connecting with those that are meant to assist you and be with you and walk with you on this path. Your guides are here to walk with you on this path. So open yourself up to what that looks like, what that feels like for you. And another thing that's really important is that they're not just gonna show up and give you everything, okay? You need to actually be willing to be on this path. All right, you need to be actually willing to ask for what you want. You need to be able to call them out when you want them through. They're not just gonna come randomly some of the time. You really do need to ask. You really need to bring them in, all right? Who knows what else, your spirit guides or your ancestors have going on, So it's really important that you respect them and you honor them in that way. And this has been really helpful for me, just knowing that, I actually need to call out and ask them to be here instead of expecting them to just show up for me, especially when we want to see them or visualize them in any way. And this is another place where intentional meditations are really, really helpful, where you can just sit in meditation, bring forth your intention to connect with your guides or your ancestors, whoever specifically you want to connect with, and you'll just allow yourself to be open without any expectations. And this really involves you having to tune into that self that is more compassionate, that is more curious. Curious is huge. Just this higher version of yourself that doesn't have any expectations and is just willing to be. And within this space, it is so much easier for us to really receive, because we are so magnetic energetically with the way that energy really works within this realm. So open yourself up, create a little bit more acceptance for that part of you, and know that when you're connecting with your guides, it's safe. Okay, it's safe for you to do so. They are a part of you. They love you. Your angels love you. Your ancestors love you. And if you're working with ancestors in any way, you can always just, if you're nervous or you're new, you can always just say, I really connect with my ancestors of the highest and purest light, because we have, ancestors from all over the place, of all over different vibrations. So if you really want to connect with those that are of the purest and highest light with, good intentions and an unconditional love love for all beings without exception, state that aloud. Allow yourself to create those boundaries for yourself when connecting, okay? And those boundaries are going to be so helpful, especially if you're new to connecting with guides and energies and other light beings, okay? This is important. It's about your discernment, okay? And you knowing that you cannot, allow something in without your consent, without there being a vibrational attraction there. So if you really create those boundaries from a place of love, not from a place of fear, okay, that's very important. Create those boundaries from a place of love to be like, all right, like this, I deserve to connect with these beings of light, these highest and purest beings of light, okay, that are meant to assist me here and now. Allow yourself to do that from a space of love, not to do it from like, oh, I'm really scared that like, something else is going to come through and this is this and this and this and this and this. And this is the power of your being and the power of your word, okay? So if you feel anything at all that doesn't feel good, like just be like, I don't consent. No, the same for me. Bye, peace, get out, like it's as easy, it's as simple as that, really, when it comes to you and your power. And it's remembering that, that power really exists within you. That's why tuning into your intuition first and foremost will really open you up to the synchronicities and the messages that your guides are giving you every single day. Okay, so tune into yourself, tune into your soul, tune into your intuition. And then when you feel really ready, if you're watching this video, I know that you are ready, or you're curious, or you're already working with your guides, just allowing that opening, okay, and calling them forth, not just opening yourself to like every possibility ever, which is something that I would do and it was really powerful for a time. But now I'm just a lot more intentional with, some meditations or sometimes within my life. So it's really up to you. Listen to how you feel, all right? And if you are someone that's looking to really channel through information from your guides, or channel through information from your star families, whoever it may be, the ascended masters, really just versions of yourself, like have a notebook, have a notebook open, okay? And just really set that intention, state it aloud. When you can speak it aloud, I feel like it's just so much more powerful than just doing it internally. I've been doing it internally for a really long time, and every now and then it's like either or. But when I speak things out loud, when I set my intention, when I say this is what's happening, this is what I'm calling in, like I'm opening myself up to this, and then just really curious, letting go and just being and just opening, and like creating that light grid with your angels. Just say, angels, like create a beautiful light grid of strength, protection, and love around my being, and just allowing that like clear stream, when you actually speak, like I open myself as a clear, pure stream of consciousness, right? A channel for beings of the purest and highest light to really come through, those of my guides, my ancestors, those of my angels, those of the light beings that I am deeply connected with and meant to work with on my mission here on earth. All right, so speaking those things aloud, and there's like no right or wrong way of doing it. You just really want it to come from you, coming from you, and then just having your notebook and pen or pencil and just drawing. Sometimes light codes may come in, it may look like scribbles and stuff like that, maybe just a couple words here and there. Like, let that be a celebration for you if you begin to channel that through, if you just like are feeling like the energy and you're like, I don't even know what the heck is going on, but it like, you can kind of sense and tune into, and the more clear that you become with your intuition, the more clear that you're going to become with the messages and the feelings that you are experiencing within these times that you're looking to channel through messages in general. So it takes you really being devoted to this, okay? So if this is something that's really important to you, connecting with your guides, channeling your guides in any way, or just speaking light language, allow yourself to begin by starting every single day. Tune into being so present that you begin to work on what it is that's coming up due to your interest and your forward motion into this path of connecting, channeling, and expressing your soul. Okay, so really just taking a moment each day to just connect is really important. It doesn't have to be every single day, but it is really powerful because it creates more of that habit. And if you feel like you're someone that needs a little bit more of that to like push you, pick a time every day, turn an alarm on every day. Just be like, all right, this time each day for this week, I am going to sit down and open myself up to a connect. And some of the time, maybe you don't actually connect with your guides. And you know what I believe through this process that I've learned is that you are always connected with your guides, okay? They are always coming through. And sometimes it's not just like, you know, messages or whatever, you know, them being like, hey, I'm a fairy, I'm this, I'm okay, whatever, right? It's not that. Sometimes it's actual work that you're meant to do here, because you're here on earth to really restore yourself back into oneness, okay? You're meant to really begin healing these ancestral wounds and healing your own lineage and really just going through what it is your soul needs to go through, the lessons and your mission here on earth. So a lot of the time things may come up that need your attention, so don't ignore or resist what arises in those moments that you just sit and allow yourself to connect. It's divine. It's so divine. And the more that you are present with that and not push it down and be like, no, I'm supposed to be doing this, why is this coming up? No, girl, boy, they, hey, people now, okay, bring them in. Bring that in. Open yourself up to it, really. Bring yourself into that space. If something's coming up, work on it. Journal. Have a conversation with yourself, okay? This is the work that your guides are assisting you in doing. So accept that. Open yourself up to it. So I hope this was really helpful, and I hope this is what, you know, I don't know, this is kind of what you guys were looking for. But if you obviously have any questions, you can leave them in the comments down below. Feel free to answer questions as well, and to leave your own insights and your own experiences as well, just to really encourage this, okay? I really want it to be less of a thing that's like complicated and there's like a step-by-step way of connecting. Like, no, everyone's so unique and so different in the way that they do things and their process and the way that they grow. It really is a constant growing process. Like, I'm still learning about my guides and ascended masters and my connections. Like, it's a constant journey, okay? So it's really just about enjoying and being grateful for what it is that you do have here and now. And the more devotion and love and continued forward motion that you go with this path of connecting and channeling and expressing, it really does grow, and you grow along with it, okay? It shifts, it changes, it becomes clear, you know, you open up more, you learn more, and you have more experiences. There isn't just like this one experience that's gonna make it all make sense. Like, you're gonna have multiple experiences. We're here to experience, all right? So yeah, thank you so much for like sitting here and hanging out with me. I really, really appreciate it. I thank you so much for being here. I let you guys know that all the time, and I hope you feel that within your heart and you just thank yourself for being here. Please do like if this resonated with you, if you found something that really touched you within this, or if it assisted you in any way whatsoever. Share this if you know anyone that really is going through this work right now and could hear these messages. And also subscribe if you aren't already. Please, like, come on, if you're all the way in this video and you haven't subscribed, please do. And if you already subscribed, I love you so much. Thank you for being a part of this family. And I'd love everyone to just be a part of this beautiful community of just really bringing through more of this simplistic way of, you know, living and bringing through joy and going on our spiritual paths. So yeah, all right, I'm gonna stop yakking on. I love you all so dearly. I will see you in another video.